Still in local news, United National Party Gampa District Parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya says that he is compelled to voice his serious concern over the alarming deterioration of law and order situation. Issuing a communique, Jayasuriya said that remaining silent at this juncture as an elected representative of the people would tantamount to betraying the trust and confidence placed in him by his voters.
Karu Jayasuriya notes that just 2 days ago, people took the law into their own hands and set fire to the house for ruling party supporter in Kahawatha. He noted that anger over inaction by the police is forcing the public to react with resort to violence to demand fair play and justice. Karu Jayasuriya cited the recent attempt to abduct the chairman of the Kolonnawa Urban Council as an example. Jayasuriya points out that only an impartial, transparent investigation can establish the truth. He noted that in this instance too, it is the people who rounded up the alleged abductors and handed them over to the police. The communique went on to say that instead of an investigation, overnight the officer in charge of the Valampite police station had been transferred out. Jayasuriya pointed out that one shudders to think what it would be when he came to an opposition supporter. UMP MP Karu Jayasuriya noted that these happenings come as Minister Mahinda Samarasinha has claimed before the current sessions of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva that human rights in Sri Lanka are being protected and more measures were being adopted by the government through an action plan. UMP MP Karu Jayasuriya pointed out that it is time that every right-thinking citizen of this country lawfully express their discontent before the little law and order prevailing in the country is lost. Meanwhile, Jayasuriya has also questioned the government's stance on the LLRC report. Jayasuriya noted that Minister Mahinda Samarasinha had assured before the Human Rights Council that the government would implement the recommendations of the Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation Commission. He added that Leader of the House, Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva, in an interview to a Sunday newspaper, however, had said that the government never agreed to implement the recommendations of the LLRC and that they need to ascertain what recommendations come under the purview of the mandate given to the LLRC. Minister of External Affairs Professor G.L. Peiris has held bilateral discussions with the Saudi authorities yesterday. According to reports from Saudi Arabia, Professor Peiris had arrived in the Saudi capital Riyadh on Sunday night on a one-day visit. During his stay, the minister had engaged in discussions with the acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, Prince Abdulaziz bin Abdullah, Governor of Riyadh, Prince Satam bin Abdulaziz, and President of the Shura Council, Abdullah Al-Sheikh. Media reports revealed that during the meeting, the two foreign ministers had explored ways of enhancing bilateral relations between the two nations. During the meeting, the President of the Shura Council, Abdul Al-Sheikh, had said that he was planning to visit Sri Lanka later this year.
In other local news, the annual concert of the Malwan International School was held at the Tower Hall in Maradana yesterday.
High Court Judge M.M.M. Abdul Ghafoor was the chief guest at the occasion, while General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga, was the guest of honour.
In the olden days, if we want to cook a good pot of milk, rice, one has to place the pot on 3 stones and cook it. If one of the stone is not balanced, the rice prepared will be of not the proper quality likewise. In education too, the 3 cornerstones are the teachers, parents and children. All have to cooperate in this noble venture.
Those days we talk about country like London, France, German, but today we call them as EU, European Union. We call another country called second country Denmark, Finland, Norway, Sweden, but today we call them as second countries. Because boundaries are not necessary today, because the globalization of economy brought the country together. EU is united, there is a common language, and they are trying to bring a common language, they are trying to bring common currency as well. So, if you see most of the people, the entire world is concerned, the major communication method is language.
The concert was made colourful by the cultural items presented by the students.
You're watching Primetime News on News First. Up next is Action TV.
Doctors who are not qualified are known in the vernacular as quacks, but the difficulties that the common populace face in identifying these rogues is understood by the definition of the term. In this country, doctors who are not qualified are identified as doctors who are not attached to either the Sri Lanka Medical Council, the Sri Lanka Ayurvedic Medical Council or the Sri Lanka Homeopathic Medical Council. In order to maintain standards in the health service, the duty of doctors is not limited to treatment of patients but extends to administration as well. It is a problem as to whether the health service of a hospital or a country where qualified doctors are required to work under a quack can be guaranteed. The nurses' unions at the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital are at present raising questions on this basis. The position of Deputy Director at the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital takes second place in terms of permanent and administrative positions. On the 1st of July 2000, a process was prepared for recruitment to this position. According to this, there are 3 requirements for this position. The current Deputy Director does not have any of these 3 requirements. Among the 3 requirements that have not been fulfilled by the Assistant Director is the fact that she is not a qualified doctor. While the National Medical Council has certified that she is not registered with them, the Director of the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital has verbally accepted this. As soon as she obtained her dental degree, she went abroad due to the situation in the country at the time. She had not registered with the Medical Council as it was not needed. Only one person had applied for the position of Deputy Director. She was chosen through the interview on a 3-year probation basis. If she proves incompetent in these 3 years, then the Board of Directors has the power to demote her or discharge her from duties. The Director's statement shows that since qualified personnel had not stepped up for the position, the duties which should have been conferred on a qualified doctor were instead conferred upon one who does not have the necessary requirements. Now, the Director's statement also makes it clear that in the event that this person has not presented herself for the interview for the position, the Board of Directors at the hospital may have committed an even greater faux pas in the appointment of a new Deputy Director. Against this backdrop, is it not clear that the fundamental problem at the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital is that it is under the control of a board of directors who undermine standards in the health service? Minister of Health, this one is over to you.
United National Party activists charged that a group headed by Mangala Samaravira has introduced conspiracy and mudslinging to the UNP and are engaged in a program to evict party activists from the party. They point out that in order to distance activists faithful to the UNP, this group is engaged in a media conspiracy, making malicious statements regarding these activists.
Southern Provincial Councillor, Attorney at Law Maitri Gunaratna says that the group, including Mangala Samaravira, has taken over the media unit of the party and has prevented the message of the party from being delivered in the villages.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය විනාශ කරන නොයෙකුත් බලවේග දැන් රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයාත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා තියෙනවා.
Forces who want to destroy the UNP have joined with Ranil Wickremesinghe. One of them is Mangala Samaravira. He was destroyed politically in the People's Alliance and has now come into the United National Party and is now with Ranil Wickremesinghe working to undermine and evict talented individuals from the UNP. He has taken over the media unit of the party. He has granted opportunities only to those faithful to them and have prevented the message of the UNP from being taken to the village. If people like Mangala Samaravira are allowed to destroy the party in this manner, the party will deteriorate further. Mangala Samaravira can only make malicious statements against people. This is not politics. The UNP can never be brought into power through such activities.
මේවයිනි දේශපාලනයක් කරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා කවදාවත් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය බලයට ගේන්න බෑ.
Southern Provincial Councillor Bandulal Bandarigoda says that Mangala Samaravira and his assistant Ruan Ferdinandus, who were primarily engaged in the mudslinging campaign to defeat the UNP, are now engaged in a program to destroy the party from within.
දැන් මේ මෑත කාලේ මේ පක්ෂයට වැදිලා ඉන්නවා විකෘති දේශපාලන මානසිකත්වයක් තියෙන මිනිස්සු.
As of recently, people with different political views have been attracted to the UNP. No matter how good a person may be, if they are not faithful to these people, then they make malicious statements against them with the objective of destroying these individuals. People like Mangala Samaravira and Ruan Ferdinandus took the fore in the attempt to destroy the UNP. What they could not do from outside, they are now trying to do from within. When the opportunity was ripe for a UNP leader to become president, these people held placards against it. Therefore, I am asking the UNP faithful to ensure that the destruction that was attempted from outside is not allowed to be carried out from within.
පක්ෂය ඇතුළේ ඉඳගෙන කරන්න එපා මේකට ඉඩ දෙන්න එපා කියලා සමස්ත එක්සත් ජාතික පාක්ෂිකයන්ගෙන් මම ඉල්ලා හිටිනවා.
රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහත් අවුරුදු 13ක් ඇමතිවරයෙක් හැටියට හිටියා අගමැතිවරයෙක් හැටියට හිටියා.
Ranil Wickremesinghe was a minister and later a prime minister for 13 years. He was the Minister of Education, he was the Minister of Industry, he was the Minister of Youth Affairs and finally the Prime Minister. Can you show us one school that was built by Ranil Wickremesinghe in the Mathura district when he was the Prime Minister? No schools were built. During his tenure as Prime Minister, Ranil Wickremesinghe dined with those in the underworld. He stole the resources of this country together with the underworld and the business mafia, but he did not render any service to the country.
පාතාල ලෝකයේත් එක්ක කකා බීලා ජොලි දානවා මිසක් පාතාල ලෝකයේ සහ මේ රටේ ඉන්න ව්‍යාපාරික මාෆියාවත් එක්ක මේ රටේ සම්පත් හොරකම් කරනවා මිසක් රටට වැඩක් කරලා නැහැ.
The 50th workshop in the series of media workshops conducted in schools by Newsfest with the aim of uplifting media literacy was held today. The students of St. Mary's College, Mathagama were able to reap the benefits of the media workshop held today.
The Newsfest team, who arrived at the St. Mary's College in Mathagama for the 50th media workshop, was warmly welcomed by teachers, students and past pupils of the school. Since the media workshop held today marked an important milestone, proceedings began by reminiscing the past. The principal of St. Mary's College praised the efforts made by Newsfest.
The future generation should be on a stronger footing in the field of media. Ensuring that is our responsibility. The Citizen Media Network is striving to hone the skills of the future generation of the country. We must enhance the skills of our children. You are doing a great service in assisting these children to reach their goals.
The Newsfest management also expressed their views.
The upliftment of the media proficiency of our children was the objective of this media workshop. We have not put up any notice saying that we are conducting such a program. Schools voluntarily approached us and requested our team to conduct these workshops. Principals made these requests. This is our 50th workshop and we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the other 49 principals who approached us.
The students of the St. Mary's College, Mathagama had the opportunity to gain the experience and knowledge that Newsfest has shared over the years with students from 49 schools across the island. After the workshop, Newsfest, together with Eslon, presented a water tank to St. Mary's College, which was appreciated by the school. The series of media workshops, which was launched by Newsfest on the 23rd of October 2010, is conducted in all districts of the island with the intention of educating children on the correct use of media. Another phase of the Sasunata Aruna program, organised under the patronage of UNP Deputy Leader Sajid Premadasa, was held in Kudagalgamu, Kurunegala today.
Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Sajid Premadasa, made a financial donation for the construction of the Sunday School building of the Sri Tampita Purana Viharya in Edandawala, Kudagalgamu, Kurunegala. The entire country has become used to this system of engaging in public service after coming into power. The people of this country have no expectations of the opposition. It may be because of this that there is a gang which is against this program. A part of this group is attempting to sabotage the Sasunata Aruna program.